Hello Galactic family. The more I talk to my angels, the more I learn. Here are 10 lessons they taught me that changed my life. 1. Live with integrity. The angels told me, spend your time doing activities that match your highest intentions. Let go of things that your intuition prompts you to give up. These things can then be healed, so that you can enjoy them, or the activity will be easily removed. Angels urged me to trust my heart. They assured me that I would be safe to leave work that did not match my true interests. I quickly realized that the angels were right. 2. There is only now. You are complete and upright now. Do not cast your eyes on what tomorrow may bring. This implies that you are imperfect or that you are missing something now, and that you will be complete when something comes into your life in the future. When the angels said this, I realized that I had been living for the future. My focus was on what tomorrow would bring me, rather than on my current blessings. I now make a mental thank you list every night. 3. All conflict is within your mind. Any conflict you perceive or experience in the external world is a projection of your ego. In fact, the world is completely at peace and you project your fear of peace in the world. You do not want to resolve your inner conflict, but you want to take it away from you. So you project it onto other people and think that they are the ones that are causing you discomfort. Other people are neutral, blank slates, and you color them with your own meaning and definitions. So you react to them as if these colorings and definitions were real. Other people, in turn, treat you the way you expect, in a self-fulfilling prophecy. When the angels explained this, I understood how many times I had allowed fear to create unhappy moments for me. But always, I had the power to choose the thoughts and feelings that I attributed to every situation. 4. Purify your food. All food has vibration, and you want to have a vibration as high and pleasant as you feel connected. Eat a diet of fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts and whole grains, which have higher frequencies of vibration. Avoid meats, dairy products, alcohol, sugar, chocolate, and caffeine that have lower vibrations. And remember that the essence of all the foods you eat affects you right after the food has been digested. By the time the angels told me lesson 4, my diet was already quite healthy. I had given up on meats, poultry and alcohol. Still, there was room for perfection, so I followed the dietary advice of my guardian angels and adopted a vegetarian approach to eating. The improvement of my energy and appearance was drastic and immediate. Instead of feeling deprived, choosing healthy food seemed easy and natural. 5. Do not give in order to get. Let go of the outline of the results you expect to give. You will get results from the act of giving. This is the universal law. But it is not up to you how the cause and effect will be circulated. Besides, if you expect something in return, you truly did not deliver anything. Instead, you are holding it in consciousness, hoping to get something first, before it totally releases it. Again, I felt ashamed when the angels saw in the recesses of my soul. They knew I was a donor. However, I had to admit that sometimes I give up expecting something in return. With full confidence in my guardian angels, I decided to release all the strings attached to my gifts to others. Almost immediately, I began to receive amazing rewards, such as new business opportunities and wonderful experiences with friends. 6. Spend some time alone in nature. The sounds and smells of nature are invisible, so they take your mind into the invisible realm of the spirit, where things have a higher and faster vibration than matter. There are healing properties in nature. In addition, There are very real angels in nature. You can ask these angels of nature to heal you. Being in nature helps you adapt to the Earth's natural rhythm, and since time and cycles are a part of everything, you become more synchronized with the pace of life. At the request of the angels, I moved farther away from my table and began to spend my lunch break in the fresh air. The fresh air, the sun and the fragrance of the flowers help me meditate on deeper levels. I sit outdoors and ask the angels of nature to surround me. 7. Disconnect from matter. When you are attached in thought to matter, you become attached to the products of the mind of the ego, and thus remain attached to the ego. There is no escape from this law. Mind over matter is the mind of the ego. My guardian angels have made it clear that there is nothing wrong with material items. Matter is neutral, according to the angels. They also understand that we human beings have material needs, such as food, clothing, and shelter. However, when we over-contemplate material items such as thinking continuously of money or possessions, we are focused on our low-esteem nature, rather than our higher self. 8. Do not judge. You judge others as a means of protecting yourself, to keep them away from you, so you will not approach them and be hurt. But we told you that you do not need to think about your safety. You are safe, and the pattern of oppressive thinking of concern for your safety may bring exactly the thing you fear in your life. The angels explained that we draw to ourselves what we think. If I think obsessively about physical or emotional dangers, I create a climate in which my worst fears become real. With practice, I began to notice that by the time I was to judge others, I began to release my fears to the angels, and I felt my habits of judgment disappear gradually. 9. You live where your consciousness is focused. If you have a thought devoid of love, competition, envy or worry, you feel pain. You are your consciousness and feel the effects of where your consciousness is focused. You do not want the pain. So choose to give your unloving thought to the light. First, this lesson was painful to face. I always thought that my external circumstances influenced my happiness. However, the angels insisted that this was the opposite, and that my thoughts colored my world. They told me that my happiness did not depend on what I had, but on what I thought. 10. In all things, give glory to God. Do not seek glory for yourself. In essence, however, when you give glory to God, you are giving glory to this part of yours that is one with God. In giving glory to God, you stay away from the state of the ego, and remain centered in the consciousness of your higher self. Initially, my lesson humbled me. But before I could slip in the feelings of shame, my angels encouraged me with the remembrance that, since my true self is one with God, I was praising the true self, every time I give glory to God. The 10 lessons are now ingrained in permanent parts of my daily life. When my clients praise me about the clarity of the divine guidance I receive during our sessions, I say, "Thank you, but all credit goes to God and to the angels. They taught me how to receive divine guidance. I deserve the credit just by following this guidance because, thanks to them, I am now a good listener."